Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Elaine Giselle, and today, as you can see on the screen, we're gonna talk about MP2 or the Modified Pag-ibig 2 savings program of Pag-ibig. So it's a little bit different than my previous videos about mathematics, electronics, some circuit softwares, and whatnots. I just like to share with you this Excel file, and I'm gonna link it down below if you want. This is MP2 calculator. And we're gonna calculate the dividends and the accumulated amount over 5 years. So I just like to share with you this very, very great program of Pag-ibig because recently I just got my accumulated amount, which is good, and it is um it is true and it is legit. So what I love about MP2 is okay, to those of you who do not know or not really familiar with MP2, it's a savings program of Pag-ibig where you can deposit or save money for 5 years. It's gonna mature after 5 years, meaning you cannot get the money before 5 years. So you're gonna wait until it matures before you can get it. But the catch is that it's not just the principal amount. You're gonna grow your money every year because the Pag-ibig, this Pag-ibig program has a dividend rate that is well relatively higher than the inflation rate. So it will really beat the inflation over the course of time, which is so good because I can really attest to this. If I compare the principal amount and the accumulated amount, my accumulated amount for 5 years, the money has grown over 13% of the principal amount. So for the last 5 years, it has really beaten the inflation rate, and which is a very good number. And as compared to when you just deposit your money to banks, which is some other investment that depreciates. I'm not bashing that, but um, it's good if you consider this type of investment. And another thing that I like about MP2 is it really fosters discipline in me and self control because over over the course of 5 years and maybe beyond that, I I really had these episodes of impulse buying. So with MP2 in mind, whenever I have salary or bonuses or whatnots, I really make it a point that I save for MP2 because masayangan man ko. So it really fosters in me this delayed gratification mindset, and now I'm reaping it. So it's real and it's so good and it also helps you to make uh, a good use of the resources that God has given us and the resources that God has blessed us with. So to grow our talents, to grow our money. So it's those kind of investment that is low risk with medium returns. I can really say that because I have invested in stock market. In fact, I'm not in any way bashing kanang people who invest in stock market because I really did. And it's not just it I mean, it's just not for me because when I invested in stock market, dili kay ko tig trade, so I invested in mutual funds. And I think for the last 2 years, daghan jud kog loss. Though ni gain man siya, no, pero mas daghan kog loss. And so I decided nga dili mo gina ko siya gakatutukan, and then wala na pud kay ko nag further sa akong learning sa stock market. So I decided to pull out my funds from stock market and invest in MP2. When I got my MP2 this year, MP2 savings this year, I opened another account and put there my funds gikan sa akong stock market. So, wala na ako nag-invest sa stock market, nag-MP2 na lang ko. And some other investment or savings program that I sa tawag ni nga akong gi-investan sa diri sa mga universities and sa some other stuff. But akong main gyud nga savings kay naa sa MP2. So, I love MP2. I've been an advocate of MP2 since 2017, and naa pa yung mga tao nga nag-invest way, way before me, and they can attest to that. So I'm very happy that the power of compounding, the power of compounding kaya na-apply na yun siya diri sa tong investment. So I just like to share with you. We're gonna make an Excel file. I'm gonna make an Excel file. Um, nakagibot diri nga unsa akong pag-compute sa dividend rate. I actually learned this from Sir Vince Reposora, pero when I research, wala jud kayo in Excel file nga nga available online nga ni ka detail by naa siya available sa isa ka website, pero wala man gud di man gud wala siya explicit nagamit sa ADB or the average daily balance. So Pag-ibig uses ADB nga type of computation. So, disclaimer again, I'm not an accountant. Nagigig ko maayo sa, I mean, wala gyud ko kabalo sa pasikot-sikot ani, but I tried, and hopefully it will help you, no? Informal naman po ni siya nga kuan. So, if you want to download the Excel file, go ahead and you can input some amounts that projection ninyo sa inyong savings, or kung na naman mo ay nakuha, then you can compare kung sakto ba ang nakuha nimo sa actual versus the kumbaga theoretical na to nga computation here. Okay, so again, the modified Pag-ibig 2 uses average daily balance computation or ADB. So average daily balance is equal to, ang formula ana is the balance or the money that you deposit multiplied by the days. Days nga mauna imong amount. Okay? Pila ka days nga mao na ang sulod sa imong savings. And then we divide it by 365. Okay? Average daily balance man in a year man yung computation. So then if you know this formula, we would want, ang atong goal ani is, we would want the average daily balance to be as high as possible. Kaya ang average daily balance man ang multiplyan sa dividend rate sa Pag-ibig. So then, if we know this thing, we must know kung unsa ang atong mga ipang-increase. And according to the formula, ang nasa numerator nato is the balance and the number of days. Meaning, if we increase the balance, the money that we put, and we increase the number of days, meaning, mas dako og days nga kana imong balance sa imong savings, mas dako imong average daily balance. That means, in a year, there's a maximum of 365 days. That means that in order to maximize this class, if you have, say, 200,000 in a year nga kwarta ha, kana di na gid siya butang lang nato mao na jud imong kwarta in a year. The best time to deposit that one in MP2 is on January 1. Ano man, because 200,000 times 365 is mo na imong maximum nga makuha, divide 365, no? So, meaning, ang imo ding average daily balance for a year is 200,000. As opposed to depositing the 200,000 in July. Now, I have 4 cases here that we're gonna compare and contrast asa ang better. But just to give you an idea, and the time value of money, of course, the earlier the better. The earlier you invest the money, the better, and the higher the returns. Okay, so after we make this Excel file or formula, I'm gonna take you through the 4 cases that I think are important for consideration. But kung dili jud kay ka super into details, then go ahead. Basta kay mas early, mas better. Ana lang, mas dako and mas early, mas better. Okay, so we're gonna make a formula over here. Just gonna move this cursor. Okay, so say in 2022, this year, this is the date. Now it's very specific kay ibutang gini mo ang date kung kanus ka nag-deposit. For example, January 1. Okay, January 1 to 2022. And then this is the date, morning days, money ang amount deposited, money ang running total, and then this is your ADB. So, for example, vacant lang sa aning days dira. For example, you deposited 3,000, okay, on January 1. So, the running total would be just 3,000. Okay. Di sa ta mag-compute og ADB kay wa pa man ta kabalo kanus-a na siya madugangan. Okay. So in a year, for example, January 1 lang jud ka nag-deposit. Oh, pwede ra gyapon. Okay? Butang na to nag December 31 dira. December 31. Okay? Kung kana ba nga 3,000 na gyud mo in a year, wala na problema. So ang days ana will be December 31 minus January 1, that is 364. Okay, appeal mo ay ang sa 2 mo siya kasugod na so 364. So butang na nato wala na jud kay gi-deposit. Wala na jud kay gi-deposit no 3,000 na gid in the whole year. So the ADB of that would be this value, the running total, multiplied by the number of days nga mauna ang value or mauna ang imuhang balance. Okay, divide 365. So you can see that the ADB nimo is 2991. Actually, kung December 31, manggid na siya last year, no? 365 na siya fully. But January 1 man siya, so 364 lang siya. And then the average daily balance is 2991, no? So the idea of that is mauna siyang i-multiply sa imong dividend rate. So for example, nag-announce ang Pag-ibig nga the dividend rate of 2022 is 8%. So that is multiplied by 8%. That is your dividend on that year, no? Base sa imong 3,000. Now imagine if naghulog kag 200,000. Okay? The dividend is 15,956.1644. Okay? Now I want to compare kini akong gibuhat is this is now the best case scenario. Where we deposit on the first day. Now, kini imuhang koan, i-continue na nato gamay. In 2023, for example, ang imo na ding amount on January 1, ato lang ni January 1 lang gyapon ha. Actually, para 2023 na siya. Pwede mo na ito specify na 23 na lang. Okay? So, now, ang forwarded balance will be the amount, accumulated amount last year. Okay, so that would be the running total plus your dividend. Mao na siya ang kuhaan sa imuhang dividend on the next year. So this is your running total. Okay. Now, say on this year, mag-deposit ka on February 1, 2023. Okay. Nag-deposit ka, say, 30,000. The running total must be this one plus this one, right? Okay. Now, the average daily balance of that would be, i-minus na to ni, Feb 1 minus your January 1. Okay? So, that is 31 days. Meaning, kaning imong amount nga 215,000, blah, 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 mo na imuhang daily balance, no? For, mo na imong balance for 31 days. Right? Divided by 365. Okay, yearly man dyan na siya. Okay? So, meaning your average daily balance is 18,341. Kung iyan lang, i-project lang siya in a year ba? Right? Now, kung mo na imong last nga deposit in 2023, stop na dira. So, ang ato ang last reference point would be December 31, 2023. And that would be, kapila na nato, that would be 333 days. So, kana na po siya, muna siya ang atong i-multiply sa kaning new balance na to, atong running total. Okay? So, that balance, which is 245, multiplied by this number of days, divided by 365. Okay, so this is now our average daily balance. Now, the idea here is, let me check my previous ADB para dili jud ko masayog. Okay. So, the idea here is, kani manggong sa first to 2022 kas arata. So, whatever is computed here, mo na po itong multiplyan sa 0.8 or 8%, 0.08 or 8%. Okay? But here, dili ni mo ato ang multiplyan lang. What we're gonna do is, we add the average daily balance. Okay? Meaning, ang kining sum sa atong average daily balance of all our deposits, that will be the one multiplied by our dividend rate nga. Say, butang lang na to in 2023, nahimo siyang 7%, down siya gamay, so that is 7%. But still, the dividend is 16,991.4057. Okay, so that's how you compute for the dividend. Again, just follow the pattern. In the next year, ang imong forwarded balance would be equal to this amount. Okay, the dividend plus the running total. Okay, and so on. Now, um, I want to show you or take you through the four scenarios that I think are important for consideration. Now, before that, I would just like to emphasize that for MP2, dili siya need nga mag-deposit kay every month. Okay, in my experience, I think in 2017 to 2019, I deposited every month. But from 2019 to 2021, murag every 3 months, every 4 months, pwede ra gid ni siya bultuhon. But the idea is, masindot kung nakay bulto nga kwarta, imo siyang i-deposit, one time and as early as possible para pag dako kay ADB. So, asa to ang four cases? I think this one, pero kanina lang. Okay. So, I think I've shown enough here sa tuang and so on ni siya. So on ni siya until 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until 2027. Ang maturity niya is after 5 years. Now I want to show you duha ka scenarios that are best and the worst scenario, and which also is very good manifestation of time value of money. So for example, the case 3 na to, I already showed you that our best case scenario is when you deposit a large amount on January 1. And the best case is when you deposit it on December 31 or 30 para makount gid siya nga 1 day pagka 31, no? So, given this is an assumption that your amount or sorry, the amount that you deposited or that is available to you in that year is 240,000. Okay, 240,000. Now, what will be the dividend rate? And it's very obvious. So what will be the dividend rate when you deposit that on January 1, for example, and what will be the dividend rate when you deposit that on December 30? So the idea is, unfair po kayo sa nag-deposit January 1 nga 240 niya ikaw kay nag-deposit ka sa December 31. So again, if you have money, then deposit that as early as possible because you can see here that the 240,000 deposit on January 1 will have an average daily balance of 239,000 blah blah blah. And the dividend, I think this one is unsa nang G44, unsa akong gi-assume ani nga rate, 6%. Okay, 6%. A2. Lagi, sorry. A2 di ay kini. Ang G44 ka ng red and then A2 is itong 6%. Okay, so assuming 6% imo ang dividend rate for that year. So the dividend rate is 14,000. Now, the worst case scenario is when you deposit that same amount on December 30. Okay, December 30. The days nga na-count niya is 1 lang. Okay? So meaning, when you compute for the average daily balance in a year, it's assumed that your average daily balance is just 657.53. If you get a dividend, that is that amount multiplied by 6%. And that is just 39 pesos. Imagine. So, common sense will tell you that time value of money says nga imuhang, a dollar now has more worth than the dollar in the future. Okay? So, again, to increase your dividend, you must increase the balance and the number of days. Right? So, this is ang assumption lang, no? Nasa duha ka cases diri nga, what if bulag-bulag siya, as mas nindot, bulag-bulag ba siya or monthly? So, I'll leave it to you to discover. And I'm gonna give you this Excel sheet. And hopefully, pwede ra po ninyo ma-edit and put some values here. And or kung naamoy mga months nga specific kayo nga dapat specific po ang amount ka ng date posted sa imong pag-ibig, no? Though it's not really, exact yun kayo ang sa pag-compute nako, but it's close. So, it's better than nothing. So, pwede ra mo magbuhat diri sa inyong i-simulate ninyo inyo. So, pwede siya diri. This ADB. Right? So, nakita ninyo ako yung dito savings. So, ako lang i-compare sa difference sa actual o sa katong dividend rate gid. So, it's relatively higher. Okay, so I'm gonna share this to you and I hope I hope kung interested mo sa MP2, you can you can use this one. Okay, so I'm gonna share this Excel file and I'm gonna put it on the link below. All right. So that would be all, and I hope you get something out from this one. And I really encourage you to invest on MP2 kay to foster discipline, self-control, and to increase the value of your money. And that would be all. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.